inside of me. Graduated with a couple degrees, I still do it better than all of these rappers who thinking they poppin'. They coming for me and they gon' need a coffin. We talking about dollars, they changing the topic. I feel like I'm Elon, the way that I rocket. I used to be wondering how I could get to the money, now I got a whole lot of options. I'm turning it up like a mosh pit. They giving advice, just stop it, cause they don't know nothing about it. Gotta go vegan with all of this bread. I don't wanna party, I'm chilling instead. They letting the fame go straight to the head. I'm killing my ego, I left it for dead. Out in Miami, I'm living, I'm about to be neighbors with Diddy. I'm ready for battle, now who coming with me? I'm popping 11, now we get a litty. I'm hoping it's never gon' end. I'm doing this shit for my family and friends. I did it my way, I don't follow the trend. I don't want a key to the city, I'd rather be getting a key to the Benz. Grab an umbrella, I make it rain, no matter the weather. Been on a roll, I'm never gon' let up. I still got the scores that I gotta settle. I want the trophy, I don't want no medal. Hop in the Porsche, my foot on the pedal. They think they know me, but I never met them. Back in the game and I'm better than ever. Doubt on myself these days, thinking that I lose it all. Know that I came so close, thinking that I'm gonna fall. They say that the money really changed me, say that I'm showing off. I say that I'm still the same, but deep down I know I'm wrong. Trying to go back to the old days, when money not the topic of the convo. People always ask if I'm still paid, people never ask what's wrong though. Everybody thinking that I made it, but lately I've been trying to just hold on. All of my happiness faded, my brain been feeling like a war zone. People believing in me, but I don't believe that I got it myself. Money and numbers is all that they see, but I don't see happiness coming with wealth. Everything's smooth when you look at the surface. Wish I could see what goes on in my mind. Battling demons, they hidden inside. They keeping me paranoid every night. Like, everything ain't what it seems. Focused on the wrong things. I've been trying to hold on. I've been trying to hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on to everything I got now. Praying I don't fall down. I've been going all out. I could lose it all now. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I've been trying to hold on. Feel like I'm losing touch with everyone that really been with me. Dad called my phone at lunch, told him that I was too busy, but really I just act that way. One day he gon' be locked in the grave. I'ma wish I could get the time back. Talk to him about all the time he gave up just to make sure I'm good now, cause life ain't never gonna be easy. He worked his way to put food down, made sure he always could feed me, and I just hang up the phone now, cause I'm too focused on the CD. I'm trying to turn my dream into real life, but that's the problem I don't realize. I'm trapped inside of my own world, forget about life and the meaning. I'm trying to get back with my old girls, my mom is who I should be seeing, cause everybody ain't always breathing, and sometimes it happens out of nowhere. I'm praying that my family don't go there, but if they do, then I'll be on my own. Everything ain't what it seems, focused on the wrong things. I've been trying to hold on, I've been trying to hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on to everything I got now. Praying I don't fall down. I've been going all out. I could lose it all now. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I've been trying to hold on. Nobody doing it better than us. Travel the world, I've been living it up. Man in the mirror, that's who I can trust. Stick to the plan and I never adjust. I seen the hate and I seen the love. Keeping it real, we calling it bluff. I just been counting up 1 milli, 2 milli, 3, but it's still not enough. Already knew what I wanted, I went and I got it. Lately I feel like I'm being too modest. I'm talking my talk, just keeping it honest. They not on my level, I can't even bother to give them my time or give them $1. They think they artists, but really they not. up. Man in the mirror, that's who I can trust. Stick to the plan and I never adjust. I seen the hate and I seen the love. Keeping it real, we calling it bluff. I just been counting up 1 milli, 2 milli, 3, but it's still not enough. I get what I'm owed, the better the journey, the longer the road. Never been one that'll fold, standing up tall. This is the life that I chose. I had to do it the way that I wanted. I can't let nobody take credit for nothing. If you weren't there in the darkest of moments, then you won't be there when the blessings are coming. I really be living this, and I never got time to reminisce. I'ma keep it on go, that's all that I know. I don't take breaks, I'm different. I'm ready for my time, I put in that grind. I'm winning that shit like Michigan. I'm looking around and don't see nobody doing that work I'm putting in. I know, yeah, nobody doing it better than us. Travel the world, I've been living it up. Man in the mirror, that's who I can trust. Stick to the plan and I never adjust. I seen the hate and I seen the love. Keeping it real, we calling it bluff. I just been counting up 1 milli, 2 milli, 3, but it's still not enough. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. I was Benny Hana. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. I was Benny Hana. 25 with a couple comments, they be hating, they in the comments. Used to give a fuck back then, but nowadays I be steady mobbing. Shadow Wayne, I'm in a 305. I'm living life like it's do or die. In the present, I'm gifted now. I'm 30,000 feet in the sky. I used to ask for the leg room, now I lie flat like a bedroom. All invested in my next move, like Dogecoin going to the moon. I work from home, but I never zoom. Don't got a boss tell me what to do. I used to dream with my eyes open, now I'm waking up to a better view. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. That was Benny Hana. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. That was Benny Hana. This ain't luck and it's never random. I felt alone and I've been abandoned. I graduated, set another standard. I'm moving forward, never looking back, but not overnight. This is 9 years. I studied game from the pioneers. I locked myself in the studio and I made a milli off my ideas. So if you want it, better go and get it. They don't want to work, but they want the credit. Could've done more, but they won't admit it. I want the Porsche, not a Honda Civic. Took my mind to another level. I got it all, but I never settled. Could've lived with a day job, but my gut told me I'm something special. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. That was Benny Hana. Drop top, pull out the foreign. I be whipping on the fast lane, engine be roaring. I don't really want no more friends, it ain't important. They be bringing drama back then, cooking the ramen. That was Benny Hana. Yeah, we here, 2022. Let's go. My mind been working like a mile a minute. It took a little time, but I'm back to business. I'm coming all year cause I had to finish. And the flow too sick, that's a real pandemic. Everyone dropping some mid these days. I only listen to my own shit these days. And as a lady, be looking like a real thin line between jealousy and hate these days. What's the problem? I don't ever got one. I done paid my dues and now I'm back to balling. A lot of options I got involved in. I don't make the rules, but I be shot calling. I never faking, my bank inflated. My brother just called like, damn, you made it. They busy hating, I'm stacking paper. They sold their soul, now they friends with Satan. I'm doing what I wanted when I started as a kid, and ain't nobody thinking I would end up like this. I've never been the type to get all caught up in the mix. I'd rather be alone, spending time in the crib. Rap game looking like high school now, and everybody buying some fake views now. I ain't never been too scared of defeat, and my fans know I'ma stay 10 toes down. I take a risk, I put my own money up. My homies solid and they know who I trust. These rappers capping when they showing me love. They calling me bro, but we never met up. What's the motive? I don't second guess it. I've been the coldest, my ice expensive. I'm in control and that's not to mess with. I'm climbing up while they see the exit. Yeah, 2022 I'm here. Schoolboy Q on a man of the year. I got big plans that a man should fear, and I bet on myself, got a gambling career. The conversation got my name deleted. The tables turn, but I still be feeding. The haters mad, they got another reason. Bazad you back for another season. I'm off this. wanna win, but they too busy celebrating and taking their time. But I already know I'ma get it now, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'm not slowing down, though. Coming for that crown, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'm not slowing down, though. Coming for that crown, though. Crown, though. Been a minute, but a minute now. Killing everybody when they wanna bring me down. And I got it cause I'm all alone in the studio. I don't need nobody trying to play a role. No turnaround time when I make my shit. Everything I do will underrate my shit. Better know the game can't date my shit. Like 20 more years they gon' play my shit. Goddamn, moving with a plan. Started out and nobody would ever understand till they heard about the money that was coming in. Shout out to the people who been showing all their friends. You know I've been locked in, never stopping. On the drop in, not flopping. Never rocking with the rap king. All the fans got my back, never lacking. In my free time I reply, never slacking. Ayy, told myself I'd find a way. 2013 they would laugh every day. Nobody ever showed love in my way. I was excited for 200 plays. Now I've been thankful for all of the hate. Gave me more reason to get here today. All of the anger got put in the work and I'm keeping it going. Cause I'ma get it now though. I'ma get it now though. I'm not slowing down though. Coming for that crown though. I'ma get it now though. I'ma get it now though. I'm not slowing down though. Coming for that crown though. Crown though. I got people who been looking up to me. I can't ever go and let them down no. Only 21, yeah I'm very young. I'm still trying to figure out my route though. I've been falling back on some bad habits. Getting distracted by the wrong things. Trying to balance out the music life with this social life. It ain't what it seems, but I can't complain cause I asked for this. Always thinking about the long run. Getting drunk and chasing love is fun, but it don't feel the same in the morning. I feel like God's been testing me, trying to see how I handle all the roadblocks. It's easy losing everything you got. I've been praying that the love just don't stop. I've been working and working and working. I know that there's nothing for certain, but I want it all. Got love for people who clicked on my music and gave it a chance without blowing it off. Nothing is taken for granted. The clock is just ticking and ticking. There's no time to waste. Think about the future like every day, and I'm one step away. So I'ma get it now though. I'ma get it now though. I'm not slowing down though. Coming for that crown though. I'ma get it now though. I'ma get it now though. I'm not slowing down though. Coming for that crown though. Crown though.
I am the king. I am here for war. You will not betray me. You will follow my lead. Ready now.
I am a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source. I need a crown, I need a sword. I got my team, we going to war. You are my kids, you be my pawns. We don't relate, you taking a loss. I am a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source. I need a crown, I need a sword. I got my team, we going to war. You are my kids, you be my pawns. We don't relate, you taking a loss. I am the king, I need a throne. Get on the track and I kill it, I'm gone. Never gonna get me out of my zone. Everyone always calling my phone, sending a song they want me on. I be saying no, we are not the same. I'ma let them know, run up in the game, never lose control. I've been on my way, I'm incredible. Damn, work every day of the week. That mean I'm becoming a beast. Everyone coming for me, I'm Curry for 3. You know I'm the top of the league. Nobody taking my spot, you ready or not? But AG be bringing the heat. And my life's complex like academics. I'm a paramedic when I write a lyric, cause I'm always checking for the beat. I be rapping in my sleep, nothing worth having is free. That's what mama telling me. Never been scared of defeat.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to a surprise Monday evening stream here on the Cybersecurity channel. Yes, I know, notifications go out. What is going on? Yes, I decided to stream tonight, also known as Carmen has left me here by myself and is out on a business trip. And so since I'm lonely, I'm going to hang out with you guys and spend time with my community because I heart you and you guys keep me company. So you guys get a benefit of a stream. Actually, there will be quite a lot of streams this week. Just just be aware we're probably going to stream quite a lot this week. I'm not going to lie. I've already preloaded it with a couple of the mods. I preloaded it with some members of the community. We're going to stream quite a lot. We got a lot of content this week. I've got 2 guests that are coming on stream this week. I'm going to talk about them here in a little bit. And the amount of content that you guys are going to get this week with the guests we've got coming on, absolutely amazing. But let's get on through the intro. Thank you for tuning in tonight. My name is Neil Bridges. As always, if this is your first time here, thank you so very much for joining us. I absolutely appreciate it. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch tonight. I decided not to do my normal gamut of streams. I have no idea what tonight's going to hold, so I decided not to rope the LinkedIn crew into this. And so tonight we're only on YouTube and Twitch, so consider this an exclusive stream for my YouTubers and my Twitch folks. Everybody else who didn't get the notifications, they're missing out. They're missing out. It is what it is. But we are streaming on YouTube and Twitch tonight. We do have moderators in both chats, grabbing questions, putting them up on screen, making sure that you all are doing okay. With that being said, huge claps to our moderators. I do see we got a couple moderators in chat. Moderators are here to keep chat free of racist, sexist, misogynistic, elitist, and otherwise toxic behavior with a zero tolerance policy for toxicity in chat. Moderators are not here, however, to stifle chat at any point in time. So we highly encourage you, network with your peers, talk to your friends in chat, commune with your fellow cyber folks, nerds across whatever platform you have to be tuning in with. That is the point of all of us hanging out together. Glad to see Sec IT Guy back. He had a long overdue needed vacation. It's always exciting. Like I love seeing people in chat. Like Doc G Money, amazing. Love to see him in chat. Carolee in chat, love to see Carolee in chat. Mr. Maz, we have built such a great community. I'm reminded, this is DEFCON week, obviously. As I'm wearing my BlackHat shirt, BlackHat's going on right now. My BlackHat 2016 shirt. We got a BlackHat DEFCON. I'm obviously not going, which is why I'm sitting here talking to you, and I'm obviously streaming this week. But I'm reminded 4 years ago, we did our first BlackHat or our first DEFCON stream 4 years ago in the middle of the pandemic. And it was amazing because what we did was we decided that, so DEFCON had decided that they were going to do all of their villages 100% remote, obviously. And that also meant it was completely and totally for free as well as the CTFs. And so we did this super cool thing. This was literally 2 months after we'd started streaming, right? So we started streaming in June, I think it was. So here we are in August. We had this great idea. We said, it was me, one of my good friends, Fockets, and a couple other guys. We said, hey, listen, we're going to go and we're going to do every DEFCON CTF live on stream. We weren't going to give away any of the answers, but what we did was we did them live on stream, and when one of us figured out the answer, we would talk through the steps right up until giving the answer. That way we helped a ton of new people really kind of experience CTFs for the first time, especially DEFCON CTFs, whether they're blue team or red team. And it was really amazing to see the community form at that point in time. Really kind of coalesce around this idea of everybody helping us out. And that is what this community is about. This community is about helping you in any way, shape, or fashion, whether you're a new person in cyber, whether you're an experienced person in cyber, whether you've been here for 10 years or 10 minutes. Our goal in this stream is to help you. You are not too young, too old, too inexperienced, too experienced. You are exactly where you need to be, and we thank you very, very much for being here. So, with that being said, got lots to talk about today. We may transition over into Cyber and Security Game Night. I can tell you unequivocally, we will be doing Cyber and Security Game Night tomorrow night. So definitely tune in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be Cyber and Security Community Game Night. This new season of Diablo 4 is out, and you get to hear some crazy antics. Game nights aren't just about gaming, and I was talking with Panzer Tank in chat, and I was talking with Maz about this earlier, right? It's effectively like listening to a group of guys talk about cyber while they're gaming, right? Because we have tons of conversations about the world, the state of the world, the state of the economy, the state of cybersecurity, and so you get to listen to a lot of different perspectives, while at the same time, we all get to enjoy it. I share my battle tag. I'll share my my Xbox Live ID. We play with community and everything. It's a great opportunity for all of us just to kind of hang out together and play some good games and have some good funs. That's right, a little bit of D4. What's game night and why is it going to be getting crushed in Elden Ring DLC? I will 1000% admit I've thought about doing Elden Ring, but Elden Ring scares me. I've heard from people how ridiculously hard Elden Ring is, and so I've stayed a little bit away from Elden Ring. I'm not gonna lie, but it does entice me just slightly. Yeah, absolutely. I want to say hi to Jax. Jax is hanging out over on YouTube. I'm glad to see Jax. I talk to Jax very, very frequently. So speaking of Jax, pay attention. Tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your grandmother, like go wake up your granny in bed. Tell everybody. Jax is going to be here this Thursday on the Sec Data Ops. And I was just talking to her before this stream, and we were talking about AI. And the things that she has learned and been a part of since she has had to dive headfirst as a senior leader in AI has been mind-blowing. And so, you know me, I try to stay away from the hype and the fluff. And if I am touting it, you know that it wasn't exactly hype and fluff. It was good quality stuff. And so Jax is going to be here. We're going to talk a little bit of AI. We're going to talk a little bit about security operations. We're going to talk a little bit about executive leadership. And so I'm super excited to have Jax on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure those notifications are on. If you don't have a notification on right now, go to your Twitch, turn notifications on, make sure it sends you a notification. Go to your phone, make sure the notifications are turned on your phone. Go to YouTube, turn the notifications on. Turn the notifications on every channel, because you never know which one you're going to see, which one you're not going to see, but you are not going to want to miss Jax on Thursday. I promise you, you will regret yourself if you miss Jax. And as always, like, the value of our streams being live is that you get to ask these questions live with people, right? You can watch the VODs. The VODs are great. And I want to encourage people to watch the VODs. But remember, we do live questions with people all the time. Like, regardless of the stream, we want you to ask questions 100% of the time. And that's the value of our stream being live. So make sure you got those notifications turned on. Make sure you come and hang out with us on Thursday. Now, on Friday, we're going to change up Tea with a Hacker ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. I'm going to have a guest on with me Friday morning for Tea with a Hacker. I'm not going to tell you who yet. You'll have to wait for the promotion to come out to see who it is. But we're going to be talking GRC, which I know is something that a lot of you have asked for, is for us to have some dedicated GRC content. And so I've got a GRC expert who's going to come in on Tea with a Hacker Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about GRC. We're going to talk a little bit about AI, since it's all over the news cycle. It's not Jerry. I can guarantee you it's not Jerry. Nice guess, though. Nice guess, but it's not Jerry. DJ B-Sec showing up in chat. When does the plane leave for Vegas? Oh, not this year, buddy. Not this year. I'm going to hang out here at home and kind of do my thing. I'm going to hang out here and do my thing. Oh, let's see here. What else? I do want to talk about the blog that I dropped today. Oh, for golfing. It's too hot to play golf in Vegas. If you don't get it, listen, if you don't get a 7 o'clock tee time, if you don't get a 7 o'clock tee time or a 6 o'clock tee time in Vegas, especially in the middle of the summer, like, I played the Win several years ago. If you remember, Gordon Lawson, he's on the stream a couple times, his former CEO at Range Force. He and I played the Win golf course a couple years ago, and we had an 11 o'clock tee time, and I was melting. It was so insanely hot to try to play golf in that weather. No words to describe the heat there. If you haven't checked it yet, go check out the LinkedIn, go check out the blog that I dropped today, or bookmark it, save it for later. But I do want to talk about that tonight. I did see some questions go ahead and come through. We will be answering those questions. So, you know, if you got questions, feel free to drop them. Awesome question from Ultron in YouTube chat. I'll definitely add that one to the queue. I like that one. So let's I want to talk about a couple things. Like, you can tell, like, my mind's all over the place because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. let's talk about the market super fast, right? Because it is important. Like, there's a lot of questions. Listen, you all know this. You all have been in chat forever. You all have been in chat forever. You know that there's always questions about the job market. There's always questions about the economy. There's always questions about how do you get into roles and things like that. And those are all super important things that you should be asking, but sometimes you're not asking some of the other important questions. And today was a day that you should have been asking some of those important questions, right? We had a massive, massive dip in the stock market today. I think it was 3% in total on Dow, 3% on NASDAQ. Japan had almost a 12% drop overnight for the Nikkei, right? Crazy stock market performance today. When we talk about that type of behavior, you may be like, well, Neil, I don't have stocks, or I don't care about the stock market. The stock market is for rich people. The stock market is for capitalists. Or the stock market is for red, left, blue, center, whatever the case is, right? Like you can have all those cynical rhetorics all day long you want, but the market, the stock market, is absolutely unequivocal a key indicator as to what businesses are thinking. Make no mistake about it, businesses respond, and that response is measured in the stock market. Okay? And so with that being said, we oftentimes talk about intelligence and the NSA and just the value of intelligence in general. I need you all to really try to understand that there is a lot of intelligence in understanding the world events that are happening around you, especially as it pertains to your impact on the job market. Yeah, BSEC. I mean, it was nuts today. It was nuts. I watched the opening bell and everything just flooded red. It was crazy. And so if you're not paying attention to the stock market, let me give you just one small piece of tidbit today. Please go learn about the stock market and pay attention to it. Inside Sources, holy cow, it's good to see you in chat. Good to see you. Inside Sources, long time viewer there. It's absolutely good to see you. You have to be paying attention to the stock market. If you at any point in time have ever asked yourself, God, am I ever going to get a cybersecurity job? Are the layoffs going to continue to happen? Whatever the case is, it is imperative that you go and learn about the stock market today. I want to give a huge shout out really quick to Panzer Tank. He's been helping me with a lot of social media stuff. If you see him in chat, give a huge shout out to him. He made some videos. You're going to see some of Panzer Tank's videos hit some of the social webs this week. He might have rivaled BSEC in terms of doing video edits for social media. I'm just saying, I haven't seen social media video edits like this since BSEC was around. I see your question, Chris, on YouTube. I'll answer it, but I want to tell one more story. Feel free to continue to drop those questions and we will continue to answer them. But I want to tell one more story. This one hurts. We're going to flip the script on you a little bit. This one hurts. I'm going to swallow some pride today. BSEC's going to laugh at me because that's what BSEC does. When you got a competitive brother like BSEC, they look for those opportunities to laugh at you. It's crazy. Everybody, you remember like if you're new to the channel, right? Golf has been my cancer treatment, kind of distraction, as well as this I've got this goal of becoming a PGA Tour professional, and I've loved enjoying writing about and talking about the parallels between my journey to becoming a PGA professional and a lot of you all's journey to getting into cybersecurity. You know, you all have a better chance of getting into cybersecurity than I do of becoming a PGA Tour player, but there's still a lot of this like relearning stuff that I'm doing as I go about this journey. And so I can talk about that if you got questions for it, but it's been huge. And I can unequivocally say, like, this golf journey has made me a better CISO. It has made me a better cybersecurity person. It's made me a better human, for lack of a better word. I've really been able to dive head first in training for this goal. For those who don't know, I started playing competitive last April. In that competitiveness, I started on the worst end of the spectrum. Like many of you, I started not knowing anything about it other than what I'd seen on TV or read about in person. And I just kind of dove in and started to follow the path that was laid in front of me last April. And that has culminated into taking different lessons with different coaches, watching different videos on YouTube, buying different pieces of training equipment. Does all this sound familiar? Does all this sound familiar? All this probably sounds a lot like you all's journey in cybersecurity, right? You probably thought it was cool. You decided to jump in. You found some training aids. You found some videos. You probably found cyber insecurity at some point in time, right? So very parallel between what I'm going through in golf and what a lot of you are going through on your cybersecurity journey. So anyway, I had this goal coming into 2024. And we talked about this in the January stream, because I always encourage everybody at the beginning of the year to talk about goals. We even talk about goals here on stream. We talk about goal planning, how to do smart goal planning and go about your goals. And so in 2024, when we did our stream in January, I had two big goals for the year, right? One was to win two tournaments for this year, and the other was to place in the top 10 for the North Carolina State Championship, which happened this last Friday that I participated in. Well, I'm super happy, super proud. You know, I crushed my goal. I crushed my goal of two tournaments and ended up, I've won 4 this year. In my last 10, I went and actually looked at my last 10 performances. My last 10 performances, I've been top 10 or better in my last 10 performances. And so I've had a really good year in golf. I've dropped my handicap well over 20 points. You know, I train, like I'm in some of the best, aside from the cancer, I'm in some of the best physical condition of my life. I go to the gym 3-4 times a week. I practice, you know, hours and hours and hours a day for golf. Sounds pretty good, right? Sound a lot like a lot of you? A lot of what you do in your own time when you're thinking about cybersecurity and you're doing your own practices and you're on Try Hack Me and Hack the Box and learning. So Friday was the state championship. Lots of people showed up. Hundreds of people showed up. There were over 70 in my division. I needed a top 10 finish. Not only to meet my goal, for 2024, but to also make it to regionals. So I needed a top 10 finish. Quick, drop in chat. Actually, if you read my blog, you probably already know the answer to this. You know where I finished? Dead fucking last. I never heard a plane crash so hard in my life when I walked off of that golf course looking at the scoreboard with my name in last place. It was heart-wrenching. It was so heart-wrenching. I've talked to people since then. I've talked to my coach, obviously. I've talked to numerous coaches that have helped me along the way, and they were like, was the competition super hard, Neil? And I was like, no, the competition wasn't super hard. As a matter of fact, if I had shot the average of my score over the last 10 tournaments, I'd have been second place. All I had to do was shoot the average of my last 10 scores, and I'd have been second place. So no, it wasn't that the competition was super tough. I completely dropped the ball. I completely dropped the ball. So what did I learn from it? Right? So what did I learn from it? I wrote a blog on this. Go to my Substack. You can find it on my YouTube page. Maybe one of the mods can go find the link for it from today's blog. I learned a lot from it. Listen, and I want to talk about this because failure is an ingredient for success. Jens, clip that. Failure is an ingredient for success. We hear it lots of different ways. We hear about failing up. We hear about, failing fast. You have to fail. You have to fail. Everybody has to fail. Whether you're coming into cybersecurity, whether you're learning how to be a pen tester, whether you're, playing golf, whether you're trying to be a CISO, whether you're trying to get into this job market, failure is part of the recipe for success. And so there are some definitive lessons that we can learn from failure. And Lord knows I learned a ton of lessons over the last 48 hours between Friday and this morning, right? I'll tell you the hardest part for me for failure on Friday was the motivation to get up this morning and grind as hard today as I did the Thursday before the tournament, if not harder. Think about that in your mind for a second. You fail at something, whether it's an interview. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you have been on hundreds of interviews, thousands of interviews. Some of you have submitted thousands of applications and not gotten calls back. And somehow you have to wake up the next day with the same level of motivation and the same level of fervor to do it again and again and again and again. And I felt that in my soul over the weekend, knowing that I had to wake up today and I had to go to the gym and I had to push myself and I had to go in the simulator and I had to hit balls and run drills. And tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the range and I'm going to practice my chipping and I'm going to practice my putting. Right? I'm going to do it again and again and again and again. And I'm going to do it faster, and I'm going to do it harder, I'm going to do it better, and I'm going to do it with more intent, and I'm going to do it so that the next time I get an opportunity to participate at the state level to fight for a title, I'm ready. That's what I want you to take away from my failure, is that you have to move on. Like, you hear my voice. I could sit here and I could be down. I suck at golf. I'm terrible. B-Sec's over there probably like, you do suck at golf, Neil. Yeah. Kiss my ass, B-Sec. Right? You can do that. I had a moment. Like, I'm not, like, I'd be lying to you. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I didn't sit around Friday after the tournament, Saturday, and loathe the thought of getting up today to get back to training. Right? You know what I realized? And I thank Carmen for this. Like, she is so good for me. She sat me down on the couch in her sweet little Romanian accent, and she held my head in her hands. And she said, "Shut the fuck up." She said, one thing doesn't define who you are. Just because you failed once doesn't make you a failure. That's what I want you to understand. Just because you failed doesn't make you a failure. You're going to fail. Failure has to be part of that. Failure has got to be part of the recipe for success. And just because you failed does not make you a failure. And just like cancer didn't fucking beat me, this tournament, this last place victory will not beat me. This will embolden me. And we're going to go out there and we're going to get some more of it. I'm not done. One failure is not going to define me, and it shouldn't define you in your cybersecurity journeys. And I want you to take my failure, I want you to feed off of it. I want you to go out there and I want you to go do awesome shit. Hear me? Go do awesome shit. With that, I'll hit a couple of questions. Where did you get that beautiful shirt? This was BlackHat 2016 from the merch store. I've had people offer me weirder things or money for weirder things. I don't think I would ever sell this shirt. This is one of my favorites. I love it. Love it. Where can I find a decent Windows sysadmin training course? No idea. Maybe chat knows. Twitch, YouTube, if anybody knows where they can find a decent Windows sysadmin course, drop it in chat. Chris Young says, any advice on how to draft cyber threat intelligence work products for my portfolio as a home lab? I'm building feeds, but I don't have PIRs to answer. Want to flex my skills, thanks in advance. For those who don't know, PIRs are priority intelligence requirements. Typically speaking, you get your priority intelligence requirements from the people that you ultimately write your intelligence reports for. That way you can get it. Make sure that your reports match their intelligence requirements. That way they can have context. Sound a little similar to like maybe a business case or something like that. It's amazing how all those things kind of come together, right? You know, this is one of the, this is a great question, and I love this question. Let's do it like this though, right? You have to put yourself in both positions, right? You have to play pretend. Put yourself in, like, create a business, right? You're an intel analyst, create a business, create a scenario, create a team, and then ask yourself, what would be the intelligence requirements of this, right? Business, I mean, there's tons of information in 10Ks. If you're not looking in 10Ks, there is tons of great information in 10Ks, right? You could easily go to the 10K of you know, NVIDIA or Intel or Microsoft, or insert any company here. Go pick CVS, go pick a retail customer who doesn't typically invest in cybersecurity. Go look at their 10K, read about what's important to them, and then ask yourself, Chris, what should they be asking for priority intelligence requirements as that business? So that would be step number one. What should they be asking for priority intelligence requirements? Then, after you fill those out, use those priority intelligence requirements to do your analysis and to write your report. Then once you're done, this is going to be the one that's going to blow your mind. This is step number 3 right here, right? Step number 3 on this. Once you're done with step 1 and step 2, publish it all out on the internet. Entire step, process by process, whether that comes in the form of a blog, a newsletter, a video on YouTube, whatever the case is, do that. Now you have a portfolio on your ability to not only understand the business, help them generate priority intelligence requirements, do the research associated with it, and then write the report on it. And it is out there for the entire world to see. And I love this. This is, I presume you're asking this as I'm explaining this. If not, I'll use this just to kind of piggyback on top of, right? They say you don't think it's a waste of time. I guess it's just a change of mindset. It's absolutely not a waste of time. It's sharpening your skills, right? There's a video. Jens did a video, and if it's not out yet, it's going to come out in a couple days, right? There is somebody right now who is unemployed that wants your job. Think about that for a second. There is somebody who is unemployed that wants what you have. And so you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to do to ensure your own resiliency in this job market? And so if this feels like extra work for you, then there's somebody out there who's willing to do this work. And if they're willing to do this work and you're not, who do you think the employer wants on their team? Right? Now is not the time to be quiet quitting. Now is not the time for quiet quitting. Hello, my friend in YouTube. You've asked the question 3 times. You ask it again, you're getting banned. We see the question. We're answering other questions. Yours is not the most important thing. Ask the question once. That's your only warning. I'll get one of the mods over there to handle you. Right? Lost my train of thought on that one. Damn it. I hate it when that happens. Hate it when that happens. There was a follow-up to that. I did see Callie send it, right? Could you base a PIR off the MITRE framework for what sector they are in? Absolutely, 1,000%. I want to, like, you should learn and understand MITRE. You should learn and understand MITRE. Now, MITRE's weird. Let's make no qualms about it. MITRE is super weird. Like it or not, MITRE is a little academic, right? It talks about the ideal state that things should be done in. And technologies have tried different ways to make MITRE relevant in the content, and it hasn't always worked. And so caution on MITRE boils down to how you, decide to use the PIR to drive, or how to use the MITRE to drive the PIR. I think MITRE so I would reference MITRE more along the lines of threat modeling. So if you've got a 10K and they say that our diabetes glucose monitoring is our most important business world, and we're worried about, insider threat and competitive groups infiltrating and stealing our intellectual property. MITRE doesn't help you in solving that PIR because a PIR is business related, right? So a priority intelligence requirement is typically business related. And so what they want to understand is there's lots of things that PIR could be based off of, right? There could be a PIR that is based off of what is the competitive analysis of somebody stealing our intellectual property. And then the cyber PIR would really be like, okay, where are all the avenues where somebody could potentially steal our intellectual property, right? And so you have to use that. You have to use that to really drive, like, okay, what are the avenues that somebody could use to steal our intellectual property? Cool. Let's go to MITRE. Now that we've done a threat analysis, let's identify some key threat groups that prioritize in stealing intellectual property. What are the major TTPs that are associated with that intellectual property? And then those are the TTPs that you can focus in on MITRE. Hopefully that made sense. Feel free to ask questions. I know that was a little long-winded, but that's a better way in which you can use MITRE to help you in this PIR threat modeling analysis type of ebb and flow. But let me know if that cleared up or caused any questions at all on that. I love the questions around threat intelligence and PIRs. I'm so glad that you had PIR in there. I wonder how many people actually saw that. That was actually very cool to see. Just really quick, there was a follow-up. What is a 10K for a business? I'm Googling 10K and some brand names and not sure I'm clear. Let's pick a business. Let's do CrowdStrike just because CrowdStrike's in the news, right? Can one of the mods find the 10K for CrowdStrike, or maybe it might be an 8K for CrowdStrike? It depends on what their market cap is, and drop that into YouTube chat actually drop it into both chats, YouTube and Twitch. And that's an example of a financial form. There's a website. God, I can never remember the website. I've got to go Googling for it. But there's a website that has a searchable database of all the financial forms. All right. The very anxious and very excited hello, my friend, who felt the need to ask the question 3 times, says, what states would you recommend for cybersecurity analysts to live? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, like, you only have 2 choices, right? You're either going to be remote or you're going to be on site. And if you're on site, you're going to go wherever the job market is. It's not like I say, oh, go to Austin, Texas, and you'll be fine, right? Like, that's not a thing. Like, you can always search and say, like, what are the top cities for tech? What are the top cities for IT? What are the top cities for blah, 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 blah. Thank you, SEC Edgar. That's the search I was looking for. Maz grabbed it. It's because and SecIT found it, too, for the search filings. There you go. SecIT's got it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mods for the win. Give some claps in chat for the mods. Give the claps and chats for the mods. Don't think that there's like a city that's going to guarantee a job. There are cities that are doing well, and there are cities that are not doing well. There are verticals that are doing well. There are verticals that are not doing well, right? You have to go, like, honestly, the way that this needs to really, really work is like, just be malleable when you're sending out resumes, right? One of the biggest things that I see people fall into a trap is they're like, I want to live in Miami. And they may already live in Miami, or they pack up and move to Miami, whatever the case is. And then they get down there and they start searching for a job, and then they can't find one. Or they apply for a lot of jobs that are all over the globe, and they get on the phone and they're like, you know, well, I've either got to be remote or I don't want to work with you. And they're like, well, we really look for somebody to move to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And you're like, Milwaukee, Wisconsin? What the freak is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Why would I live there? And you're like, screw that. I'm not coming to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, well, guess what? There is somebody who will go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. When I was coming out of the Air Force in 2013, I was in Florida. I was in Florida, on the Panhandle of Florida. I was in the beach every weekend with the top off of my Jeep. And the opportunity I had when I left the military was to move to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the middle of January with 17 inches of snow on the ground. Do you think I wanted to do that? No. But did I do it because it was what was right for my career? It was what was right for my family? It was what was right for me? You damn right I did. Where's Bayou Beast? Where's Bayou Beast? Dude moved from Louisiana to bumfuck Arkansas for a job. I was number 1 of 254 of 1B4 deeds. I was a 2E2 before, and then I pioneered the 1B4 career field. I wrote all the training material for 39th iOS, 17 Delta, 315th, all that stuff. So it's not a question about what state do you need to live in. It's what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do for a job? That's what you should be asking yourselves. What are you willing to do for the job? Carolee says, I probably missed the CrowdStrike conversation, but I did have a question. How do you build back trust with clients and stakeholders after something has happened? This is a good question. The CrowdStrike drama is not done. I saw somebody leak a letter, and it was probably an intentional leak. It makes 100%, right? It makes 100% sense that somebody leaked this letter. But somebody leaked a letter between CrowdStrike lawyers and Delta's lawyers. If you haven't heard about that drama, I'll cover it here in a second, right? The CrowdStrike debacle is just that. It's a huge debacle. It's a mess. It's a travesty. Like, we did talk about it last week. We could talk about it some more. I'm not opposed to talking about it some more, but let me answer your question directly, and then I want to talk about this letter from the lawyers that I saw on the internet. Building back trust is exactly what everybody is asking right now, right? Because CrowdStrike definitely had, just since you asked about one before, like you can tell how my ADHD mind works. Since you asked about one before, Deeds, I have a couple of coins on my desk, two of like my most like prized possession coins on my desk right here. You'll appreciate this one. This one, see if that'll work. Yeah. Full Spectre Cyber Operations. This one was given to me by the commander of the 262 for network warfare. Oh, there we go. Because we helped them develop their SCADA and ICS offensive security capabilities. So I keep that one on my desk as my little fidget spinner good luck charm that I carry around with me. The one from the 262. I love this one. This one was awesome. The other one I've got on my desk is from one of my really, really good golf wins at Todd Hill Farm. So those are the two that I keep on my desk. Sorry, ADHD mind at work. Trust is definitely something that is absolutely key in a breach, right? And we can see examples of a lot of the trust stuff that has happened over the years, right? And I'll use Target as an example. The reason we use Target as an example most times is because Target was the first time that there was a civil suit that forced a ton of information to be made public and discoverable for the civil suit process. And we got to see Mandiant reports, vulnerability reports. We got to see all the things that were discovered as part of the discovery process so that we could see all of Target's failings. Target, being Target, was down for 1 quarter. And then after that quarter was done, the very next year they had record profits. Why is that? Why is that? Drop your hypotheses in chat as to why that is, right? I'll tell you my thought, right? The consumer base at the time, you look at the customers of Target, they had no idea what a Target breach meant to them, right? The reason that they had no idea what a Target breach meant for them is because it all happened very, very transparently, right? Credit card got popped, banks replaced it. If you had any transactions, whoop-de-doo, they all got pushed away. Life is good, right? And so the consumers of your product, I think, are the ones who dictate your ability to respond to a trust issue for a breach. For a breach. So let's fast forward to CrowdStrike and let's answer your question, right? Who are the consumers for CrowdStrike? Well, there are a lot of us, right? A lot of us on the call, right? Tech folks, IT folks, cybersecurity folks, CISOs, directors, SOC people, not SOC puppets, SOC analysts, right? We're the consumers of CrowdStrike. We have to have trust. What makes it twice as hard for us is that who are our consumers in an organization? Oftentimes, they're the IT teams, right? The IT teams who trusted us when we told them, when they yelled at us because we were going to put another endpoint agent on their systems. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of you have dealt with this, like, oh God, not another endpoint agent. No, it'll be fine. CrowdStrike's been at this for years. They do tons of testing. It'll have no impact. This isn't antivirus. Long gone are the days of antivirus. All of this is okay. We absolutely told IT that. And now our customers are being like, ha, that fancy dancy CrowdStrike stuff screwed us up, right? And so I do think that there's been a lot of trust that is lost as part of this. Right? And I've heard tale of some things that George Kurtz has done where he's personally reached out to several folks. They've offered tons of assistance to try to help mitigate some of the impact. you know, it's you know, and I think that those are the types of things that are going to help ultimately drive back trust in CrowdStrike. It's not going to come back overnight. We're going to talk about Delta BSEC because that's exactly what I want to drive towards. I want to drive to the Delta conversation, right? This is how the industry works, right? In the sense that, like, there is going to be something that's going to happen. There will be a little bit of shakeup in the trust, but at the end of the day, I will almost guarantee you, be willing to bet a round of golf on me anywhere in the continental US, right? There will be less than a handful, less than 12 customers who actually rip out CrowdStrike solely because of this reason and replace it with something else. Anybody who's done an endpoint deployment, can attest to how painful that process is. And so to walk into the CISO's office, walk into the CEO's office, and be like, that's it, we're done. We're done with CrowdStrike. $3 million, $5 million investment, $25 million investment, whatever it was you paid for CrowdStrike, out the door. 6 months, 9 months of implementation, out the door. We're going to replace every CrowdStrike agent in the entire enterprise. Bullshit. Not happening. Right? Not happening. It is a pain in the ass. That's exactly why nobody's going to do it. Right? And it doesn't matter if it's a pain in the ass or not, because nobody's going to do it. It's too much of a pain in the ass to change. Welcome to a monopoly. And this is definitely the right question. Right? This is the right question. But this is corporate BS. Like, if you don't know this, this is corporate BS. Right? If you've never been part of a contract negotiation, this is like, are you going to dance with your hand on my ass all night, or are you going to make a move? Like, that's exactly what this is. Like, it's CrowdStrike renewal. How bad are we going to try to hold them over the fire? I want 50% discount because of that shit they pulled last year. Okay, we'll ask for 50% discount. CrowdStrike comes to the table. They brought George Kurtz with you because, you know, they want to try to entice you and make you, you know, feel all loved and welcome. So they brought George Kurtz to the negotiating table, and you're like, I want a 50% discount because of that shit you pulled last year. Well, you know, I understand you're upset. I understand that was a really, you know, it was a really weird thing that happened. It was 1 in a million. Let me show you all the awesome things that we've done to protect ourselves since then. By the way, here's all the new features and everything and blah, 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 blah. I want 50%. I hear you, but let me show you this, let me show you that. And they'll dance and they'll all tango and they'll dip and dive and dudge and dock and all that other stuff. And then George will say, you know what, you're right, that's fine. Here's 10% off of year 1 if you prepay for the next 2 years, commit to a 3-year contract, and everything will be all right. And then that's it. There you go. You got 10% off. Good job. You feel like a big, strong procurement person here? Feel like a big, strong procurement person because you got your 10% off? It won't mean jack. Right? And so CrowdStrike doesn't have to worry about trust. CrowdStrike doesn't have to worry about trust because they know you would rather lie in bed I'm not going to use that analogy. I'll stay away from that one. Make up your own analogy on that one. This is very real cynicism, right? This is very real cynicism because, like, I've been in those rooms. I've been to those conversations. I've been to that movie show, right? Right? It's not going to matter at the end of the day. Yeah, B-Sec's right. B-Sec's got a point here, right? B-Sec hit the nail on the money, right? Oh, not that one. Not that one, the B-Sec one. There you go. If you're not going to renew, you better do it 12 months before your renewal, because F the rollout time. That's exactly what it is. Nobody wants to do the rollout time. I did say motion picture. I did say motion picture. I've been to that motion picture. I've been to that. What is it? The little tape reels? I've been to the little tape reels. Hopefully that answered your question on the CrowdStrike one. Deed says, currently a Fortune 500 red team are wanting to do bleeding edge work. Is NSA the way to go? No, not really. My biggest disappointment in leaving the agency was realizing that the outside world was just as effed as every nation that we ever hacked at the agency. I used to like it would always frustrate me that we would be hacking these like old ass Windows boxes, and stuff like that. And I got outside and I was like, man, I can't wait to try my chops on some latest and greatest Windows machinery. Come to find out, the first bank that I went into still had AS400s that didn't have like anything more than 8 character passwords and still dealing with Windows 2000 boxes. Heck, even when I went to one of the Fortune 100, life sciences companies, a machine sitting on the front of the production line that is literally responsible for $10 million a day worth of production equipment running on Windows 2000. Floored me. So no, you're not guaranteed to work on bleeding edge stuff. You want to work on bleeding edge stuff, stay on the outside. That way you can at least talk about it. That way you can at least talk about it. That was my biggest problem with coming out, was like I couldn't talk about it. That's right. Deadpool Wolverine thoughts. Have not watched it yet. Don't drop any spoilers. I will insta-ban anybody who drops any spoilers in chat. Let that be epically clear. Insta-ban for anybody who drops spoilers on it. Fucking don't do it. Have not seen it. Did watch all the PR stuff on TikTok of their PR run. It was awesome to watch the PR stuff. If the PR stuff is half as good as the movie, I'm looking forward to it. Listen, here's the thing. Somebody in chat asked earlier about PTSD. One of my PTSD centers around being around big crowds of people. One of the reasons why BlackHat and DEFCON have always been a struggle for me these weeks, right? I can't do theaters either. Lots of people in a closed space is always very, very super rough for me. So I'll wait a little while till some of the hype dies down. That way I can kind of go see it in a relatively empty theater. The Hot Ones was hilarious, but I mean, I think all the Hot Ones. So here's the weird part with the Hot Ones, right? And I'll say this, like, I watched the Hot Ones and I laughed at the Hot Ones. But there's also part of me that knows that both of those actors are very, very good at improv. And so I can't help but go, I wonder if they were improving at the same time, right? Because that's always in the back of your mind. That's always in the back of your mind. Like, these guys are really, really good at improv. Is this real or is this improv? I just saw the the Nick Pauli did the In Sync dance at the end of the movie. That was really good. I did enjoy that. That was the In Sync dance at the end of the movie was, or at whatever point in the movie that was really good. I did enjoy that. Yeah, I will be seeing it. I will definitely be seeing it. Mr. Dieseldug says, love the article you wrote about your golf tournament. You're human after all. It's good to know that you're just like us. We all win some and lose some. Thank you very much, Doug. That's why I wrote it. I figured it would be good for everybody to live vicariously through me and understand that, like, I'm not just like this. Like, honestly, like, I would be remiss if I didn't admit I take the opportunity to share my experiences and my learnings with golf to remind you all that I do know this stuff. I am living it in my own course. I may not be living it trying to pursue a CEH or trying to get into red teaming for the first time. I did live this stuff as I tried to pursue my CEH, as I tried to get into red teaming for the first time. But I am living it now. And I do understand what a lot of you are going through. I do empathize with a lot of the things that you're going through. And I'm not just sitting up here in an ivory tower preaching to you. I'm trying to impart all the knowledge that I can onto you guys. I'm trying to impart my learnings onto you so that you guys can do better. Ryan Reynolds is my man crush. I ain't gonna lie that. You can clip that shit all day long. Ryan Reynolds is definitely my man crush. I don't think they were faking it. I definitely don't think that they're faking the hot sauces. They may not be faking the hot sauces, but you can still have the hot sauce and probably still improv on top of it, right? I think those two things are not mutually exclusive of each other, if that makes sense. Right? And it would not. Apparently, we're ruining it for BSEC. BSEC apparently hasn't seen all of that. I do love it. CrowdStrike one from Jack. Do you think this is a case for criminal liability for CrowdStrike? Oh, that reminded me about the, fucking ADHD pinging all over the place again. This is also why I'm not streaming on LinkedIn, is because, like, when Carmen's not here and she's not listening to the stream, and I can tell she's not listening to the stream because I haven't gotten text messages over the F-bombs that I've dropped already. I also don't stream on LinkedIn because then I can be a little bit more vocal with it. Oh, Twitch commercials. So I read one legal analysis from a lawyer that said that the EULA was airtight. So again, we get back to, like, I saw Jack talking in YouTube about risk mitigation, risk avoidance, risk transference, things like that. All great conversations, but that's exactly what a EULA is, end user license agreement, right? You signed one when you signed up for Twitch. Congratulations, you can't sue Twitch ever, right? You signed up one for when you got a Google account and you're on YouTube. Congratulations, you can never sue Google, right? EULAs are a SaaS company's you can't sue us button, right? And so somebody did do a legal analysis of the EULA, and I think I mentioned this on a stream a couple weeks ago. Don't quote me on it, because it's been a little while and I've slept since then, right? Somebody had found that in the EULA explicitly, CrowdStrike says, do not put CrowdStrike on critical, sensitive pieces of equipment. Said it in the EULA. Like it or not, CrowdStrike told you not to put that on the air traffic control computer. CrowdStrike told you not to put that on the one Delta computer running Windows 2003 that controls all the flights in the US. CrowdStrike told you. And so a lot of that is being used, right, to kind of say, like, hey, you signed the EULA, your legal team signed off on the EULA, your risk management team signed off on the EULA. Your risk management teams were in charge of deciding that you were going to violate the EULA by putting this on critical infrastructure. Not our fault. Not our fault. And that leads to the letter that I saw on Twitter this morning. I wish I still had it. Like, I'm so bad about remembering to keep these links sometimes. But there was a letter, so everybody knows, if you didn't know, right? Delta has threatened to sue CrowdStrike for $500 million of damages. If you didn't know that, good morning. Welcome to the world. Delta is threatening to sue CrowdStrike for $500 million. I saw an email allegedly from CrowdStrike lawyers to allegedly Delta lawyers saying, hey, listen up, Delta. First and foremost, you declined George Kurtz's call. It says in the letter, George Kurtz attempted to call your CEO on this day to personally offer any and all assistance necessary to get you guys back up and running, and you didn't even take the call. So that was number one in the letter. Number two in the letter is the legalese of don't fuck with us. Because it basically says, Delta, I'm not sure if you're aware, but if you go down this path, we're going to be forced to put legal hold on all your executives and all your officers and everything communication-wise that has to do with this incident. On top of that, as part of discovery, we're going to have to talk about publicly why you have end-of-life systems, why you have systems that haven't been patched, why you have systems that weren't up to date, why you have legacy software and computers in your entire infrastructure, and why your critical infrastructure was not resilient enough to account for this. I hear a plane going over top of head. I'm not sure if that's Delta crashing or not. I mean, CrowdStrike's got a point. CrowdStrike's got a point. You talk about risk deference, you talk about risk mitigation, you talk about risk, risk acceptance. Did you find it, Maz? Okay. If one of the mods could grab whatever link that was that Maz just dropped and put it in chat, that'd be great. I don't know where you dropped it. I don't see it. Are you sure? Because I'm not seeing anything in general. BSEC got it. BSEC. BSEC beat you to it because you put it in general study. I got BSEC in my ear just in case you can't tell. BSEC's my gaming buddy. We're answering questions right now. I've not ruled out a cyber and security game night. For those who don't know, Carmen's out of town on business, so I'm freewheeling it tonight, which is why we're streaming here. We do have a lot of content this week, by the way, right? Just in case I didn't mention it, right? Or you weren't here at the beginning of the stream. We got Jax on Thursday, and she's got some great AI content that we're going to talk about. And then I've got another GRC person on Friday that's not Jerry. And that's why Maz is awesome right there. So somebody dropped the X link in Twitch. If I can get Jack to drop it over in YouTube so the YouTube team can see it as well. That's the letter that CrowdStrike sent over. And it's enjoy that read. You can thank me later. You can thank me later on that read. But no, I don't think that there's a case for criminal liability. I don't think there's a case for civil liability. I think, as much as we would all love to see something substantial happen, I don't truly believe that we will. Don't truly believe that we will. Unfortunately. Callie, that's messed up. John Laura 14. This is a good question. I just got a cybersecurity analyst job. Not very experienced as an analyst. What can I do to perform best perform my job? She said, Christ, I can't talk. So first of all, congrats. Let's give some claps for John Laura for getting their cybersecurity analyst job. Remember, the industry is all about continuous learning. Continuous learning, hands down. Right? If you want to perform your best, and this goes for anybody, not just you, John, anybody. If you want to perform your best, realize that you're not done learning when you step in the door on that job for the first time. Learn everything. Learn about every tool that's in that business. Learn about everything about that business. Learn about everything about your people. Don't stalk them. Don't go that far. But learn about it all. Learn about it all. There is so much. There is so much that you'll never, ever be able to learn about this industry that you have to start early. And that's not to, listen, that's not a slight. I don't mean that derogatory fashion. I don't mean to say that you can't. What I mean to say is that you'll only scratch the surface of learning at every job you do. Whether it's, because the tools that you'll use at this job are vastly different than the tools that you'll use at the next job. Vastly different, right? And so you could learn something this week, and then you go get another job next week, and you're going to start all over again with that. And that's okay. That's what this industry is all about. That is what this industry is all about. And so, I would say, if you want to best perform your job, if anybody hear my voice wants to best perform their job, and listen, this goes for you unemployed folks too. Just because you're unemployed does not mean you still don't have things to learn. Right? So go out there, learn as much as you can, and go be awesome. Congrats again. Congrats as well to you, Clipperoo. I'm not even going to go the rest of the way on that one. Neil, I'm close to completing the LinkedIn 1000 Connect Challenge after 2 years. Congratulations. 1000 Connect Challenge, always, does that one still work? Did I disable that one? I can't remember. Haha, there it is. Haha. 1000 Connect Challenge is over on YouTube. Listen, I wrote an article on this. It's on my Substack. Go take a look at it. We talk a lot about how to prepare yourself for what is happening right now. The job market is shit right now. If that's news to you, good morning. There are lots of people in chat who would love to tell you how terrible the job market is right now. The people who are winning now are winning because they invested in their network. They didn't invest in certs. They didn't invest in degrees. They invested in their network. So if you need help, go hit up that 1000 Connect Challenge. Might not be helpful to you today, but the next time this happens, because everything is cyclical, it will help you in the future. Oh, what else we got here? Larry says, very new to the cybersecurity realm, looking to make a career change. I currently have an A+ and a Sec+. What would be a good place for me to focus on from here? Hands-on training. The any and only thing that you need to focus on right now is hands-on training. Go do Try Hack Me. Go do Hack the Box. Go make your own home lab. Go make a teapot honeypot. Man, I was enthusiastic to talk to Panzer Tank today. Panzer Tank is helping out with content, and I couldn't be happier. Sorry, I got a notification on my watch. I had to make sure it wasn't work related. As Panzer Tank and I were talking, he was like, I produce these videos, and they sit on YouTube sometimes for a while, or, you know, they sit in Twitch VODs for a while, and, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, I can't stand the sound of my own voice. Can't stand the sound of my own voice. And so, I rarely watch them. And so when Panzer Tank came to me today, and he was like talking about all the great content that exists in my videos, it really got me excited to come back to streaming and do tons of content creation. And I really do enjoy it. Shut up, BSEC. God, you're so annoying, man. Larry said, get the voice of an angel. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Fuck you, BSEC. But no, do some hands-on projects. Diesel over in YouTube says, funny you say that. I'm going to make a honeypot for my class project. Check out Teapot. I'm serious. Check out Teapot. Fantastic. We did that. God, we did that, what? Almost 4 years ago. Was it 3 or 4 years ago? We built a Teapot live on stream. Had it set up in a distributed environment, running to an Elastic instance. And we were using that to threat hunt across the honeypots that we had set up. Fantastic project. That's an easy project for anybody, and it teaches you so much. It teaches so much. Always a tough one, Agent 57. Cybersecurity, I was really struggling to gain an employment in the IT industry. I have an A+, Net+, working on Sec+, and enrolled in an employability to cyber course in my local college. I've gone and got a retail job to show I can one, be trusted, and two, I can work with the public. Listen, it's hard out there right now. It's hard. Don't think, listen, back to my article on losing, right? The way the world is right now is not a reflection of your skills. Do I need to say that again for those in the back? The current status of the world is not a reflection of you as a human, your skills and capabilities, or your ability to perform in this industry. Period. Hands down. It's not. I guarantee it. I'd bet my life on it. It's just the way the world is right now. Right? I know that that doesn't give you comfort. I know that doesn't pay your bills. I know that doesn't, you know, it may not help you sleep at night. Right? But you need to find the realization that it's not you. I did post this on Twitter. Can somebody find my post on Twitter? There's an article in there where I talk about, it's a TechCrunch article that talks about how many companies have laid off this year alone. I think it was something like 64,000. I can't find the number, right? It's like 64,000 of your peers in tech have been laid off this year alone. People smarter than you. People not as smart as you. People with more experience than you. People with not as much experience with you. That's not a reflection of you. You're not a reflection of a company deciding to cut cost. Actually, I think it was on my LinkedIn today. I think this is something I posted on LinkedIn today. What I see you say here, Agent 57, is you did what you had to do to pay your bills, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Don't think for a moment that I don't have a backup plan. Query is a startup, right? We talk about, Jack makes a very good point, right? About risk avoidance, risk transference, risk mitigation. I work for a startup. We are in our go-to-market phase. Don't think for a moment that I haven't looked at my risk from an employment perspective. How do I mitigate it? How do I transfer it? And how do I avoid it? And how to make sure that my castle is taken care of if shit ever hits the fan. And that's what I think you guys need to focus on. Focus on endurance. I know it's hard. I see a lot of fat jokes in chat. I'm too fat for my backup plan. That's messed up. That's messed up. Hey, listen. Just saying, there's all types out there. There's all types out there. If you haven't hit the part of your life where that is an option, you're doing pretty good. Okay, you're doing pretty good. Yeah, definitely. Jack's got the right idea. Y'all in chat, if you could see it, YouTubers, you can see it there. Jack's got the right feet. You got the right idea. Feet. Cyberburn says, do all the company cost cutting due to all the God. This is why I do tea with a hacker in the morning when I have caffeine, so I don't stumble over my own words. Due to all the company cost cutting, I deviated and switched my major from cybersecurity to IT business admin and continue to study cyber on my own with the free resources. Not a terrible strategy, right? Listen, business degrees are huge. Like I've said it before, like had to do it over again, like I would get a business degree. Would have taken me way further than any cyber degree currently out there. Like I don't think that's a terrible strategy, Cyberburn. Research the imagination. Doc G says, I take the OSCP tomorrow. Fingers crossed, assuming I pass. What would be your first steps after that? Get some sleep. Get some sleep. Because you're going to be awake for a while doing your OSCP. Drink heavily, according to Sec IT Guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a couple, like my pause as I think about a couple different ways to answer this, right? You know, if it were golf, right? If it were golf and I just won a tournament, just won the VGA State Championships, if I just won the RDU Open, what would I do? What would my first steps be? Go back to practice. Go back to practice. Right? What did we just talk about? The grind. Listen, this isn't some like hustle culture, toxic, statement, but I do believe in it, right? The grind never stops. The grind never stops. This is not let's make sure we're expressly clear on this. I don't mean this from the toxic. You should be getting 8 hours of sleep. You should have a healthy diet. You should be out exercising, right? All that stuff is still true. But until you have reached your goal, you should be grinding. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say I want to make sure that we're clear, right? Like BSEC and Sec IT guy are both 1,000% right. Jack said it really good over in YouTube, right? You just train differently, right? But it's still a grind, right? It's still a grind. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But you know what you need to get through the marathon? You need grit. You need discipline. You need resilience. You need to level up your training so that you can train for the marathon and not the sprint. Right? Choose your pain. Choose your pain. But don't get complacent, I think is the better way to put it. Don't get complacent. Adapt, innovate, evolve, and continue to grind towards your goals. That's what we're trying to say. Absolutely. Be healthy. Be healthy. Maz, you don't get 8 hours of sleep because you're up till 4 a.m. playing Final Fantasy 14. Okay? Trying to get those transmogs. Right? Like, let's be real. I know what you're doing. But please don't stop the grind. Because that one goal, that OSCP, that's only a milestone. That's not the end goal. That's just a milestone. And there's another milestone after that, and there's another milestone after that, and there's another milestone after that, and those milestones keep going. Oh. I'm not going to talk about that. I don't know. Should I talk about that? I don't want to talk about that. We'll save that topic for another day. Yeah, we'll save that topic for another day. All right. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good question run. That was more questions than I thought. All right. Cool. Cool. When are you going to put out the teapot setup guide on YouTube? So we had to pull the teapot setup guide off the internet because I unfortunately leaked a couple of SSH keys. I don't think anybody would have been able to grab them at the time. And so I had to pull the entire teapot video offline, unfortunately. That was a couple years ago that I did that. I may do another one. I've got a lot of videos. I like having video ideas is never like I never not have video ideas. Let's just say that, right? Like I got more video ideas than I can shake a stick at. As any of the interns can attest to, like if Amoeba or Callie or Lola were around, like I ideas are nothing I'm short of. Balance, like we just talked about, like balance, right? Balance is always the hard part. This will be the hardest thing that I think, harder than learning OSCP, harder than getting a degree, harder than finding a job, is balancing all the things that you want and need to do in your life. Right? All the things that you want and need to do in your life. if, you know, I gave up doing those things so I could get 8 hours of sleep. If Carmen were around, Carmen would attest to this. There were several years. Actually, I think I've told this story on stream before. I think I've told this story I had a very unhealthy lifestyle pre-pandemic. And when I say unhealthy lifestyle, I'm not just talking about like drinking or anything like that, but it was like I was on Adderall, pretty bad. I was less than 2 to 3 hours of sleep nightly for literal years. You know, lots of alcohol, obviously crap food, traveling all over the globe. So I was on planes all the time, working all the time, tons of stress. I'm pretty sure that it was that gave me cancer, just like having a really unhealthy lifestyle. And so, like, you know, my choices would be to go back to that so that I could make all the content I wanted to make and do all the things that I want to do, or get 8 hours of sleep and have to sacrifice somewhere. And so, unfortunately, I made a choice. It is what it is. All right. Now, since we're officially out of questions, it was about an hour and 40 minutes, you know, more than I thought I would do for questions. I'm not complaining. I love questions. You guys know that. We will commence with part of game night. I see you, Callie. I see you. Jesus, God, you're worse. You're so bad sometimes. You're so bad sometimes. Callie's, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. I see you. You can text me, Callie. You know my number. You can text me. No, I'm not ending the stream. Are you out of your mind? What am I gonna go do? I'm gonna go downstairs and watch TV. I'm here by myself. Carmen's on vacation. Not vacation. I guess you can call it vacation. She's in DC. No, I'm gonna play video games. I'm gonna play video games with Maz. Maz is in Discord with me. Maz is in Discord with me. We're gonna do some game nights this week, Callie. That's right. We're gonna do some cyber insecurity game nights this week. We will absolutely. Yeah, Carmen's in vacation from Neil. I realized after I said it, BSEC, that's what I said. That's a very real question from Doc G. What does it take to get you to hack a box? A lot. Very, very relevant question. I have thoughts. I have lots of thoughts on this. Well, I was assuming it was try hack me or hack the box, Jack. I wasn't assuming anything nefarious. When I started streaming years ago, after we did the DEFCON and the BlackHat streams, lots of people asked me if I would do try hack me and hack the box rooms. And as with any content that we've always chosen to do, we took a step back and asked ourselves if we thought that was content that was relevant. And there's a lot of that content that's out there, right? A lot of people doing over the wire, hack the box, try hack me, stuff like that. And I like to do content that differentiates myself. You don't see me try to carry a lot of trends. Probably the reason why I don't have a bajillion followers, because I won't make FUD content on Flipper Zeros for all the skids on TikTok, and because I won't like piggyback on other people's clout and trend farm and engagement farm, right? Probably much to my dismay, but I've never really cared much about that, right? I don't do content for them. I don't do content for clicks and views. I do content for you all. You know, I do content for you. I like you. Yes, even you, BSEC. I like you. And so I do content for you. And so we made a decision that like we would probably never, ever, ever do any live hacking. Right? Lots of things to be said about it, right? Everything from, you could go down the completely negative path and be like, oh, you're washed up, you don't know how to do it, blah, 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 blah. I don't think I haven't ever heard that before. All the way to, well, that's probably because you suck and we would do it better. Like, I mean, like there isn't an insult that you could throw at me that I haven't heard about why I refuse to do it. And the fact of the matter is that is just content that does not appeal to me and does not appeal to my ethos when it comes to doing content. I just don't like doing it. What I like to do, I like to keep you informed. I like to give you something that you can't get other places. And what you can't get other places, you can't get what's in my head. You can't get my methods. You can't get my perspective on the world. You can't get my successes, my failures. You can't get those anywhere else. Right? As much as BSEC tries to be my twin brother and aspire to me, like he'll never be as big of a failure as I am. Right? And so I would rather you get that from me than to see me sit here and bang away at a box. Now, if you got questions about how I would accomplish something, if you got questions about how I would approach a problem or a topic or a hack or a challenge or anything like that, like I'm happy to pontificate on like my TTPs or my approaches to things or how I would go about doing it. But it would be a far stretch if you ever caught me doing hacks live on stream, right? Now I'll do projects, right? Like the teapot thing that Callie talks about, 10 of 10 would absolutely do that. I enjoyed doing that. That was a lot of fun to do, right? Building reference architectures, doing threat hunts, live on stream. I think those things are fun to do. But hacking boxes live on stream, I just feel like I just don't feel like that's content I can get super into. Is what it is, is what it is. So anyway, this week, yes, will be a combination of kind of like what we got going on tonight. Come on, bullshit for a little while, hang out. We are going to do some gaming. It is going to be Cybersecurity game night. I do play with community. As a matter of fact, anybody who played WoW with me, see that we play with the community. We do have some private Discords where we'll be chatting. Those are those are things that kind of like avoid a lot of the trolling that could potentially happen from the community at times. It's happened. Tier 3 subs can only see him hack. Tier 3 subs get free access to the OnlyFans. No, and Doc G, like, I appreciate the ask. Like, always ask the question. Like, you're never going to offend me. Nobody's going to offend. Like, BSEC's right? Like, you're not going to insult me or offend me in any way that my mods haven't already done, in a way that Carmen hasn't already done. Right? Like, both of them, every mod and Carmen has literally numbed me to all of that. And so, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dub. We're just going to go with Dub. Thank you, Dub, for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're not going to offend me by any question. I relish and I love the questions. We'll always answer questions. Even if it's game night, we'll still answer questions. Questions aren't off limits. So don't hesitate to ask. Good point, right? That's true. Most route methods to hack are the same. We really need to know how you interact with us we really need how you interact with us on here, giving us the advice and great content, especially the experience. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, that's what I want you to get out of this. And even though there's like hacking is like you have to find your own way. You have to find your own way when it comes to hacking. Wow, thank you, Larry, for the sub. My God, 2 subs in a row? Loving it. Thank you. Make sure if you sub and you hop into Discord, right? If you're not already in Discord, make sure you jump into Discord. There's lots of these conversations that continue on in Discord. Make sure you're there. And thank you so much for the 2 subs. Thank you so much. We will be reaching, listen, like just since we're on the, that's enough for like 1 to 2 Pro V1s. Callaway Chrome Tour X's, thank you very much. I like the soft feel, giggity, but the high spin. Hype train, are we hype train? Oh shit, it's a hype train. Oh my God, I haven't seen a hype train in forever. Wow. Well, hearts for the hype train. Thank you all so much for the hype train. Love it. Let's go. If you've not been a part of the hype train, participate in the hype train gets you a good set of emotes. We are bringing back, like you can see that a lot of the, we're bringing a lot of this stuff back. I tell them I'm going to be streaming more. I've been kind of like easing into it. Thank you, Cyberburn, for the 100 bits. I absolutely appreciate it. You know, we're going to be bringing a lot of this stuff back. I've missed interacting with you all. It gives me the feel seeing the hype train and the bits. God, I love it. I love it. Thank you all so very much. We'll figure out a place to drop battle tags and gamer tags and things like that. I'll tell you right now, probably for this week's game nights this week, we're probably going to stick to Diablo 4. I'm just going to say that right now. New season of Diablo 4 is hitting. We're probably going to stick to Diablo 4 this week. Tomorrow will be the first time that we're, tomorrow's going to be the first day of Diablo 4. So if you're on Battle.net and playing Diablo 4, if you're on Xbox playing Diablo 4, if you're on, I mean, it doesn't matter, just, whatever. You can either add me on Xbox Live or you can add me on Battle.net, either way. So Callie, I've been watching you play DCS. I've been watching you play DCS quite a bit. I actually looked into that. I pitched to Carmen building a flight simulator right back over here to stream DCS. I'm not going to lie. Not gonna lie. Have you ever played Path of Exile? I have played Path of Exile. Potentially. Like, it has potential. Smite 2 looks pretty good. Smite 2 looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie about that. But definitely been enjoying the Diablo 4 stuff. I will probably never go back to World of Warcraft. I'm just gonna say that right now. I needed to break away from the meth train that World of Warcraft was on, right? There's definitely a lot of time and effort put into World of Warcraft. So Maz, you're not supposed to be antagonizing this. You're not supposed to be antagonizing this, Maz. I'm gonna put some music on. Let's put some music on really fast. There we go. Maz, can you hear me? All right, good. I had to turn you up a little bit in my ear. Now, since you're talking in chat, Maz, I'm gonna yell at you in my ear right here. BSEC, it's good to see you, man. Go hang with the family. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do some game night. We're gonna chill. We're gonna have some music playing. I'll still answer questions if you got them, like Chris Young right there with the awesome Attack IQ flag. Attack IQ was a sponsor of Cybersecurity for about 2 years. We worked really, really closely with them, helped them with a lot of their content when it came to Attack IQ Academy. Really enjoyed working with the team over there. And then, just like many other companies, they had some issues and unfortunately had to cancel the sponsorship. For those who, thanks, Jax. It's good to see you too. We'll see you on Thursday. Make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you got those notifications turned on Thursday for Jax as we talk about AI and cyber. 4 more seconds to get the hype train going. Attack IQ's got good stuff. We really enjoyed partnering with Attack IQ. As we bring some of this back, we will also be bringing back a lot of our giveaways. We're re-engaging with some of our sponsors to see if we can't get some training and some whatnot to give away to folks. So giveaways will be returning as well. We're going to really bring back a lot of the it's the way things were. Dub donated $15 to our Melanoma Research Foundation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. Maz, what are we doing today? Well, actually, I gotta change on this. Let's change our category. Call it the D4 waiting room. I've been meaning to ask you, Callie, about your flight sim setup. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Like I'm super interested in your flight sim setup. Like I said, I wasn't joking when I said like your DCS setup looks really good. That looks like a fun game. Yeah, I believe it's a lot to learn. Actually, Maz, I've got to finish. I'm like 1 or 2 quests away from the end of Stormbloods. Is it Stormblood? Yeah, the end of Stormblood, basically the capstone. So, let me finish that, and then we can go do the duty. Yeah, this is WoW's younger cousin. I don't have that command set up yet inside sources. I don't have that command set up yet, but yeah, this is Final Fantasy. It's WoW's younger cousin's a good way to put it. If you've been a fan of the Final Fantasy kind of series, then this is probably, you know, pretty familiar space for you, but it's MMO-ish, kind of like WoW. I'm not as heavily invested in this as I was in WoW, so works out a little good that way. Good to see you, Agent 57. WoW's more attractive cousin. It's pretty, I mean, like, I think the graphics are pretty good. I'm playing on Xbox, by the way. The story is really good. Like, the story is definitely way more in-depth, Callie, than, I don't want to call it WoW's. Like, WoW's got a really good story, really good lore. But, like, I think the folks at Square have taken it to, like, 4 billionth degree. I wish that they would do, if not the movies, I wish that they would do more with the books when it comes to WoW. That's honestly what I wish that there was more of. I'm excited for Diablo, though, tomorrow. Oh, snap. Oh, yeah. Does she know what she's going to play yet? Yeah, so I mean, it looks like the charts got updated again today. It's definitely either gonna be Necro or Sorcerer. Probably leaning towards Necro. I think I have better transmogs on Necro than I do on Sorcerer. You gotta look good, guys. You gotta look good when you go play. Like, I'm all about that. I'm all about that appearance. Probably, yeah. I played Minion Necro last season inside sources, and yeah, Minion Necro, like, it was fun until like I realized how slow I was compared to like Sorcerer, and then I made an effort to go get I think 27% movement speed on like all my gear, and when I could run around the dungeon super fast like I could on my Sorcerer, I ended up being pretty happy with Necro. But like the stock Necro speeds were so bad. It was so annoying.
Focus. Release.
Oh, congrats on the interview, Callie. There's Jack. Good to see you, buddy.
Yourself together. So it comes to this.
I don't stand in bad in any game, okay, man? Like WoW taught me that shit long ago, man. Don't fucking stand in bad. God, fucking tiny little. I was a multi-core raider who like understood that like if you stood in something, you better have some bandages because like that was the only way you would get healed. So I was an EverQuest player, and I totally used to play the purple game as a healer. So when I started playing WoW, I first started playing as a DPS. And then like I got really tired of like never doing really DPS. And so I played healer. And then I started to wreak that same havoc on the DPS that they would rack on me. That's okay, Doc. You can lurk around, man. Appreciate seeing you. We're just chilling. Just chilling, hanging out as a crew. Are we doing unsynced for that? Are you feeling pretty brave about doing that unsynced? Actually, no, we can't do that. It's the Royal Menagerie. We have to do that one synced. It's the Royal Menagerie. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that one would be terrible unrestricted. What about a la Migo? Do you want to do that one unrestricted, or do you want to do that one as level 2? Just like YOLO, fuck it. Am I throwing Jordan an invite too, or is it just you and I? Let's see if I can do it right this time. Oh, there we go. It's checkbox. That's what I gotta do. There we go. Okay. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I definitely don't have problem with self-healing. I believe it. Oh, this is what I roll.
To share these findings. Initiate soul extraction. Success.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, that's cute.
The sun rebels. My word, this data!
He's a beast. what you gonna argue about Callie? Callie's gonna argue, man. I said Callie's gonna argue about something. Oh, dude, yeah. I've given up on, like, I think all also is trash. Like, Maz was saying that, like, you know, Threads has got the same problem. I agree with that. Instagram too, like, fucking Instagram's algorithm's all fucked up. I had, like, so it was like, I follow, like, our Instagram marketing, our Instagram and stuff like that on Reddit, and almost everybody on Reddit, on a lot of the Instagram forums, really do believe that Facebook has made it, or Meta has made it, so that, like, if you don't pay for marketing, then you'll never get boosted. And if you pay for marketing once, and then like never pay for it again, then you'll never get boosted again after that. So like it's truly like so pay to play now, and like they don't even hide it anymore.
Yeah. Red. Kill! Let this moment last forever.
We're running away or two of them.
Show me your work.
Well, I mean, they expect you to pay for content.
Yes, yes, just so.
They've realized that engagement sucks when there's actually business like TikTok. Did we just all go 3 different ones?
More! Have you the strength?
They expect you to pay for all of it. They also expect you
Power to transcend.
to bring all the users to the platform. They also expect you to force all the engagement. I mean, listen, it's Twitch discoverability all over again. That doesn't surprise me.
Yes! Yes! Such ferocity. Such tenacity. I am loath to recall how disappointed I was when first we fought. But finally, after bathing in the blood and offal of your enemies, finally you prove yourself worthy prey for the hunt. It fills you even now, doesn't it? The hunger to bite down on my jugular.
See if that's better, Callie.
To feel the warmth fill your mouth.
Oh, hey.
Over, even as you drink
Welcome to the Raiders.
Good.
Yes, the Shy Hat. It is
This is
Cyber
the
and Security
peace
game night, and we are just chilling out, playing some Final Fantasy, waiting for Diablo 4 tomorrow. Gonna play the new Season 5 of Diablo 4 tomorrow. So, really just killing time in Final Fantasy before Diablo 4. Hopefully your stream went well. I have been working on my golf game. I wrote a blog today about my horrific, terribly disappointing loss on Friday. We talked a little bit about it at the beginning of the stream. I had a pretty terrible loss on Friday. Yes, thank you, Callie. Very good point. Learning experience, not loss. Learning experience, not loss. Nice countdown there, Maz. No, I was gonna say, like, you pulled and then you counted down. Oh wow, everybody got blown off anyway. Some days you eat the dog, some days the dog eats you. It's very true. Like it's listen, Callie's right. It was a learning experience. I wish that I could say that you know, I didn't have to learn that way. Learning is hard. That's for sure. Such a blast. Yeah, so, you know, just to put a really fine point on it, Shy Hat, it was last place. Unfortunately, I just could not capitalize on anything that I needed to be successful. It is what it is. And I was right back in the gym today and right back in the simulator today, practicing for next time, because you're never done. As much as the dog bites you, you gotta bite back. that's a very, listen guys, that's a very true statement. Like, I actually wouldn't be happy if I just continued. So I'll tell you also this about golf. Golf is a humbling sport. Golf is a super, super humbling sport. I had been talking about for the last maybe like 4 or 5 games how there wasn't enough competition. I needed to go play harder tournaments. I needed to up my competition level. Like, I've been talking about all that stuff. And I am actually a super firm believer that golf just showed me exactly why I should keep my fucking mouth shut, and I shouldn't have said anything about it. So, yeah. Oh, I see it, yeah. That's cute. That's cute. That's a cute one. No worries, Shy. It's good to see you, man. Stay awesome. We'll be around. We'll be streaming all this week. It'll be game night all this week. We've got good streams Thursday and Friday with guests, both Thursday and Friday. So make sure you tune in Thursday and Friday. But it's good to see you. I got the floor. Rip. That's a solo tanking. I got too close to the tail. The floor fell. Yeah, I've never tried to watch Twitch on mobile, but I don't imagine that the experience is very good. Played with the new stories feature on Twitch, Callie. You can add stories to your profile like you can in Instagram. Good job, Blue. I was literally like right on it. Oh, we got no tanks. Ha, I got the res before the tank did. Pro res, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Nothing promotes discoverability on Twitch, Callie. That's the problem that I have with Twitch as a whole. Nothing they do helps the streamer. That's for fuck sure. Well, that's the end of Stormblood. Ugh. Did you enjoy that YouTube experience? Yeah. I'm pretty sure my mods were gonna riot when I talked about going over to YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Keep it, you know, keep YouTube for the, for just like video content, but streaming, no thanks. Yeah, that I wholeheartedly agree, Callie. Like, you know, now that they open up multi-streaming, I don't care. I'll stream to all of them, like whatever.
Come to see how we're getting on?
I know, right?
We've made good leadership. Theodoric.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need...
If only... For the time.
I don't know
But
why
if
I'm
that's what
watching
it
this
takes,
cutscene.
I'm ready to talk till my...
What's the what's the main city type for Stormville? Was it? That was where the vendor was and everything for the poetics. Yeah, we love Sony products. I mean, listen. So, where? Oh, that's where I'm at now. Oh yeah, I am there. Oh, here. Okay. Hey, Callie, like, don't knock that, man. Some of those contracts that those guys got are pretty good. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Those guys are getting paid good money to do it. I mean, we just got done speaking a whole lot about how, like, the economy sucks. You can't tell me that if they threw a contract at you for $100,000 a year to come promote a casino, you wouldn't consider it. Who cares if you can get some money off the, like, who cares if it's Mixer? You can get some money off the, you know, corporations before they bounce out. Yeah. It is a different mindset. It's a different mindset. It's a different audience, different clientele. Panzer tank at work, scheduling shit on YouTube. I mean, listen, like, I don't necessarily agree with that, Callie. Like, I mean, I think if you put yourself out there, like, you know, I think Kick's trying to do things to make itself more enticing. I think you could probably, like, I think you're underselling yourself, quite honestly. I think everybody has the capability to do it. God, this main story quest for fucking Stormblood still looks long as hell. So you're saying that Royal Menagerie, that's the dragon that drops the scales that I need for that transmog? Hmm. Hmm. The circle thing is an interesting conversation, right? Because, like, I mean, look, we're a cybersecurity stream. You know, we're trying to variety it out by streaming, you know, video games and stuff and whatnot. I mean, most of us are computer nerds. We share a lot of interest across gaming. Callie, I think Callie's point is spot on, right? I think niche helps you manage your time better. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it for the evening. I just realized that I haven't had food, so we'll see y'all tomorrow for game night on Diablo, and some more Q&A, obviously.